show. Blame it on the weed.
Let you bloodhound hoes know. Ready up.
Who ain't got none?
Yeah.
But wherever the
Reaper goes.
you talking about,
Ready up.
just to let you house.
Ready up.
Who ain't? But wherever the
Reaper goes.
you talking about,
Ready up.
I got invited to this cookout. One of my dogs is going that way, and he gon' look out. This song, niggas showed up. Got my pearl on, up the Wizard to pick this hoe up. I hope it don't be scandalous. The last that I remember niggas was coming empty-handed. Pull up to that broad house. My dude walked in cool, but was laughing when he came out. What they doing, player? His eyes got big and said, nigga, there's some kids up in there, nappy head and dirty, but this ain't half of them. When you see them, try not to trip and laugh on them. They seem kinda friendly, till I noticed the ring on their gear was kinda dingy, and Skin B looking crazy. When she said to me, can I smoke with you, big baby? Just to let you house.
Ready up.
Who ain't? Oh,
You talking about Ready up.
oh snap, who was that? Trying to high cap like they all at. I'll pause that. Anyway, if it's on or not, gonna determine how long I might stay. So hey, my dude, where them brews at? But peeping the scene, they can tell it ain't no food, Jack. You got to know what I mean. Nigga, what's up, y'all? Who got what on what, y'all? Aight, my dog look. We need cheese for groceries to bring back and then cook it. Meantime, gon' need brew, some pearl too, a drive through. Gon' need more funk to blaze two on the way. Getting my kick it on tight today. No hesitation, don't need no bloodhound hating situation. Them nah, put nah, but one toe.
To the Sohigho Gas Company, broadcasting live from the Red Room. We got the second edition of this joint jumping on. Shout out to my co-host, the one and only B Selected Tech Record.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, man. Man, last week our boy said you don't talk enough on this thing. And we got a special guest in the house tonight,
I
man.
ain't supposed to be talking. I'm the technical man, bro.
I mean, he be talking
I'm the
that
technician.
shit. I swear to God, when he know everything, that nigga, I'm trying to tell you, he be like one way now, but that ain't really how it is. And we got a special sit-in guest today, man. One of our first guests down here. We got Young D up in the house, man. What's up, D?
Hey man, what's going on?
Oh, yeah, man.
Hey, I'm happy it's almost Friday, man.
Man, we only a couple puffs away, man. I mean, Jesus, man.
Puff and a half away, you feel me?
Man,
Almost there,
it's good having a youngster down in the house too, man. Like I be like always wanting to know what the young people looking like in the weed game these days, man. So what you think? Like your age group, they hot on blunts, they hot on the backwoods.
Yeah, definitely the woods for sure.
The backwoods. That's just the Cleveland
They
thing. Your
love
crew.
the backwoods, bro.
Yeah.
They put like a whole
Loose
eighth in the
leaves, wood
backwoods.
leaves.
Loose leaves.
Yeah.
I see them at that 2 for $99, and I done roll some shit up with them, but they just got tobacco in them. So I be like, what the hell, bro? Why you got to put tobacco?
No, these don't got the tobacco.
Them loose
joints
leaf
in.
the natural?
I
See,
don't know.
you
I
go.
don't think they natural though, but
Oh, yeah.
they don't got like the how the Swisher leaves. Oh yeah, they
Man, I
they
know,
fuck
but
with
look
the
what it
Swisher
say
leaves.
right on that mug, man. It's big and bold. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. You see that big ass warning right there? Fine print. Big D, I ain't gonna call you Little D no more, cause you bigger than me, all of us now. But big middle D, you be over here. Look at this big ass thing that say, no, it's nicotine. And we was talking about that last week, last set. I just don't think they should be adding something so fucking addictive into the weed game like that, though. You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
took me so long to get off the blunts, because I was like lightweight hooked on them, bro.
And
I
D
was
never was
super
a-
hooked on them.
Sometimes, yeah.
It-
But you can't go wrong with a paper joint.
Oh, you know,
Or
you
stuff will come
see, but then
a regular joint though. Those always be clutch, but
knowing you though.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question: do you smoke Black and Miles?
nah. But if I gotta be 100 though, keeping it real. Hey, can everybody hear me on the mic good? I don't got no you feel me?
You
Scooch.
probably close enough, or
Close
just
enough?
scooch up
Yeah.
to pop Okay, yeah, you
No,
got
it's
it.
a big bet, big bet.
Yeah.
So no, on that though, I don't smoke Black and Miles, but I do remember smoking them though, like about a year ago, and then I was smoking them heavy, going through some little shit, and I ended up getting through it, which is so cool, and I stopped smoking them because they trash, man. So
Oh, yeah.
if y'all be smoking them heavy, man, that shit weak.
That is it's being realistic about nicotine.
It's a real addiction. Like
It really
real
is.
addiction. It make
That's
you
what
wanna just
I
you know,
never known your pop to have a nicotine thing besides Philly blunts and the blunt thing. But
Yeah, that's
past
all.
that, yeah, he
Yeah,
never
that's all.
wanted the square or smoke.
No, I
We
ain't
call
never
him
smoked
square in the
cigarettes,
Midwest.
nah.
He never was a
I
cigarette
didn't do
dude.
the blacks. I tried to do the blacks,
Wally,
but
Mm.
no, I was good though.
Shit, you let Lalo bring his ass over. They trapped him where he liked the tobacco out, so he got off the fucking You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to smoke the outside shell where I think they got a lot of the chemicals at, right? But he love that tobacco mix. But he got
So he just re-roll it in something else.
yeah, spliff. Here you go.
Okay.
Hit that one so you can ask that up for me. I'm gonna roll one up for us, and we gonna talk about that a little bit. Shout out and anything y'all gotta say and jump in when we doing this, man. Y'all feel free, man. Cause I always like, Lil D, you down here, and it's gonna be a hard time for me not calling you Lil D, but I appreciate the young generation because you a couple generations, you a few generations from your parent and where we was at, and the perspective of how we going about these things is really cool. So shout out to my homegirl too, my sister in the house, Ange up in this mug, man. Y'all don't even understand. We was smoking before we was out of high school in D's attic when we was on stem seats and we had to
Sticks
like
and everything.
yeah, you
man.
had to have a big ass album cover. And when you had to scrape the seeds up. I mean, this shit was standard
Yeah.
practice. Wasn't that's what we did? Like and
Flick the
caught the
weed
seed-
up and
yeah.
caught the seeds rolling down.
And then we rolled up, and when we started smoking, us three, we might have still been on Easy Widers at the time. I think we was rolling papers, and then we moved into
No, I ain't never liked papers. I was always on the Phillies
On
and
the
then
Phillies.
the Optimos.
see the then I'm gonna
The
tell you
Optimos was
pre
Optimos.
86, pre 88, 89, you wasn't smoking. You wasn't getting to them Phillies till
No.
till 88, 89, 89 actually.
Yeah, about 89.
Yeah, 89,
89,
90. Because I know I went to New York to buy them. I came back with the Philly blunt shirts because originally it wasn't even Phillies. Before we got hip to Phillies, White Owls was first. And then White Owls was before, yeah, Garcia Vega. But guess why Garcia's was nasty? They was a long loop and they didn't. It was like the real leaf, and it used to unravel the whole thing. So you would get it where you couldn't slice it with a razor down the middle with the Garcia.
But
And
what
the other,
about the Dutch Masters?
Dutch Masters, Garcias, I'm going to tell you flat out, for me, both of those, nasty as shit. When you lick that mug, man, that was the worst taste to me. That's
How
why
y'all feel about zigzags?
Zigzags is like in a pinch, man. Only problem with zigzags is we know better than bleaching that paper right now. So now we don't want no chemicals. So zigzag is just a paper that we gonna burn up, but you don't want the bleach stuff. So that's why you get an unbleached cone these days. It's probably about the thinnest. I think right now where I'm at, health wise, if we gonna smoke a joint and burn it, it's gotta be rice paper or hemp papers. And if you could get it unbleached, unmolested, it's just absolutely less chemicals you got to deal
No,
with.
that's definitely fire though, because there's
Yeah.
definitely a lot of chemicals and a lot of shit.
And-
so we just be.
Like you be on the raw papers, I be on the elements.
Yeah,
I be on the
and
rice
that's
papers.
my that's my backup brand. He know I rock some elements too. Yeah, I'm
You
cool.
put me on to the
Yeah,
elements. I
I'm
didn't
hip
know
with
nothing about 'em.
elements. Elements was cheaper than
The
raw.
cones.
Yeah, and they was just as good as quality.
Zigzags had to be like the first, whether it's like blunt or little paper thin blunt
Hmm.
I ever smoked when I was first smoking. It was hilarious back then.
Yeah, we
Being a teenager, it was actually a different high. Like I'm 23. My name D, aka D Bands 3Z's.
you know what I'm saying. Shout that out. Talk your talk.
But yeah, though, like real shit though. Smoking back when you like
Switch
Seventeen.
camera.
I'm about to switch right
Yeah.
now. That's just what I'm doing.
Yeah, all right, sis.
But smoking when you like 16 or 17 back then, it
D scoot to the
give you that different thrill. Like, oh man.
Well, you know,
I'm gonna bless you. You stay right where you at, fam. I screw up.
sneaking.
The excitement, the paranoia, I
Yeah.
can't come back home. I got too hot. Oh, how can I come back down? Oh,
Yeah.
this happened or bad. Yeah, so that used to be funny. And the Phillies though, cause I remember smoking them. Me and my brother. Shout out to my brother Coda Draco, aka Draco. You feel me?
Yeah.
Free Draco. That's my brother. You know, my dog. I grew up with him. My day one homie, man. But yeah, he put me on to a lot of the real smoke game. He about maybe 2 years older than me. You feel me?
Okay.
The zigzags, the Phillies, the you know, the Dutches, the games, the
Oh, yeah.
swishers, the all that back then, and seeing what the fuck we really want to like smoke though, you know. So yeah, that shit
Man, that is
funny, man.
I like that generational stuff because, like I said, we like typecast and where we at, and it did take me a month of Sundays to get your pop off of.
No, it took me like literally. It took me like about 3 years.
3
You
years.
were telling me to smoke.
Yeah.
cleaner.
Well,
And
you
I
know,
was fighting them.
the other thing what I-
fighting you with it, bro.
the other thing what I want to just mention is when you go high with good quality weed, you don't come back down. So if you paying for the good quality and great taste, don't add a lot of flavor, Roy, to what we doing. All right, I'm gonna go back and pick up where we had left off. If we go down to the I don't know what we're gonna call this cam, bro. The
Yep.
Cleveland Handy Cam. And we're gonna go through a little bit of a review.
Like
Check
that.
out our first thing that's up. It should be up on Sohigho and up on Recognized Records coming up here soon when we get it all together. But we're gonna run back through because going through we was high. I ain't got no excuses, but I'm always gonna blame it on the weed. But here we go. We gonna like just get that good grind on the weed. Remember when we grinding the weed up, and this gonna be a how to stuff a cone. Everybody always asking me that, like, your cone's so good. And I want everybody to be competing with me. I want everybody to be competing with me in making the best rolls that you can. I figure everybody after about 5 or 6 cones should be a pro almost if you follow some of these easy steps. Some people, some of this information might be a little too nerdy, and if y'all got any input for me, if you got a question, if I say something that you don't understand, y'all too let me know if I'm talking too fast or I'm not making myself clear. Because last time I was like, we probably was on that sativa, and I felt like my brain was ahead of my
What
mouth
you got
last
in
time.
that bottle on the table? What is that?
This right here is some made by Farmers Restfulness. So when we get over into the extraction, we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
That's a CBD drop, and that's gonna probably be our last segment when we're gonna talk about some extractions coming on. But we're gonna get on. So everybody see we just grind that up. And remember, when you grinding weed, you know, it's a couple kinds of grinder, and I meant to bring my other grinder in. It's a couple kind of grinders you could use, but really the weed gonna tell you. But basically a good cross-cut grinder. I got my cheapy Traveler out here just to show y'all you don't need much, but a grind is important. And what I'm doing now is just going through and I'm looking for any little stick or anything that I feel might be sharp that'll bust the side of the paper. So I'm just going through, got a good grind, and I'm just trying to make sure. That's smart right there. When I'm doing it big time and I'm doing it like making a lot, when I'm making a shit ton of them, I'm actually putting it through a filter. So I will filter all of that through, and just so the
How many grams you put in there?
right here, you know, that's what I said last time. So we got a king size cone here, and when you really about your business and you want to be economical, for all 3 of us, a good gram of good weed will go around the room with all 3 of us, and we some good smokers here. I ain't gonna talk about that. This is the king size. This is a king size raw.
I would think you would need like 2-ish, you know.
Yeah, it will take about 2.
Hold on though, question though.
Mm-hmm.
And Pops, you feel me? Shout out both of y'all. Hey, what's what's the most y'all ever maybe? What's the most y'all ever rolled up and smoked?
Shit, that's
me?
crazy as fuck.
And one like blunt or
Yeah, like
extendo
say if
or
you had
whatever.
I don't know if you might have
Yeah.
scaled it up, benched
Yeah,
it up,
we done
weighed
did it
up,
all.
or if you just like kind of had to eyeball it almost like, man, I
Right.
just know our stuff like, damn.
Oh, I've been over that, man. I'm in the highest niggas on the planet. See the shirt. That's
Shout
my
out,
crew.
shout out.
We've been smoking weed like that. I mean, we done put a fucking onion joints easy. They don't smoke real good. You know, they good party joints, but like right now, I roll for people's birthdays. So say you wanted the birthday gift for your pop, we'll get them a 3.5, and I'll get the big raw cones
And put
and
a
we'll
worm in the middle for me.
and I will put a worm in the middle of it for you. And I roll those. I shout out to Ramon Rivas. I just did his birthday packs like that. So standard, like where I'm at now with that D to be 100% with you, that's a good novelty and it's good for like on 420. But people don't have joint maintenance, and you'll be mad to catch a run on an onion joint, and you only gonna smoke about 14 grams of the weed, and the rest is half burnt and not good. So I'm cool with the 3.5 mega joints for something like birthday, over the top style, but more like your pop said, where you would be at, I would say get a donut. And a donut, he smoked a donut with us. It's the wax
Tell
that's
everybody
in the
what
middle
a
of it.
donut is, because a lot of people might not know.
A donut is when we roll a joint up in a regular piece of paper and you put a line of wax down the middle of it. I think I got wax with me. So if y'all don't know, I ain't got a shit ton of wax. Wax is solventless wax. I don't have a shit ton with me because we probably, when we clean out the puff coat, we going to hit this. You caught me a little bit, but that's solventless wax right there. And then you put like a gram about that. So that's about 0.5. So I will put that in the middle of the joint. And then you want it to be right in the middle to burn straight. And that rolled up in this, usually with a glass or wood tip, in a regular piece of paper with rice or hemp paper, is called a donut hash hole. Shout out to my nephew with the 420 with tuck and roll. Me and him, he is the best in Ohio at rolling hash holes, and it be competitions for that too. So that is the hash holes. That's the more sophisticated way, instead of going over the top with that onion big blunt. In
Hold
my
on
opinion.
1 second though. You said tuck and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Tell everybody about tuck and roll real fast. I'm just taking a look.
Tuck and roll is me and my nephew. Pre-pandemic, we was Michigan went legal, and we wanted to be in the Michigan industry, so we went up there. We got a license up in Michigan, and we started Tuck and Roll. Tuck and Roll is a bag and rolling company right now, and we are certified certain weeds, and we it was me and him. We got merch coming. We wanted to get that. Was the more of the young people's line version of Sohigho. So Tuck and Roll is like the sports car edition of our family of businesses too. So it'll be more. I'll be trying. Tuck and Roll is more to be attracted to D than maybe Sohigho is more of education and more for me and Selector than Lil D over here. Tuck and Roll is more of the nimble part of it, but it stay on the cutting edge. We always gonna be on the cutting edge, but that's more like Tuck and Roll. That's definitely, if you look up Tuck underscore roll Tuck and Roll 2020 or Tuck underscore hash roll 2020 on Instagram, you will see some great examples of the hash holes burning and when we won some competitions. The other division of that will be JT's Joints and all of the joint divisions that we doing here when I'm mass producing joints. So that was just that. That's Tuck and Roll. All right, we're going to get into this joint. So if everybody see it, I just like loaded just a little bit up there. And the most important part about this too is, just like we said before, is loading the tip. If you notice, I probably got about, if you want to weigh it, it's probably about 2.2 tenths of the weed in there. And the most important part of setting your cones is the tip pressure. So You see, I just pinched up on it. That's another reason why using, till you get good at it, use a king size cone because you get this whole bit to grip. And you want to just feel the pressure. That's you knowing how spongy your weed is, how much that paper you could take. And you just want to fill it out till it almost pressed to the walls of the paper. You could like feel the hardness right there. I'm gonna pass this around to them too and ask them what they think about that and how they would describe that feel. Is it tight? Is it loose? What do you think? Like that first initial tight, you want it just like tight up against the same up against the coal.
For the first initial tightness, I'd definitely say it's pretty solid. Yeah.
See, do you think it's on the extra tight side? Is it
It ain't
loose?
I wouldn't say it ain't too tight, but I don't know. I gotta watch how you roll
Right.
your whole cone. At
Yeah,
the end.
it's not loose, but it's not too firm. It
Because
feels
me
like
personally, at the end, I have to usually
Tap it down. See, and that's where I don't want because I was telling
Because you
them
might can just do it in a one go.
if
take,
you
it feels like it's enough room like to breathe.
right.
You know what
Oh,
I'm
that's-
saying?
oh,
It's
that's
not.
good for-
Yeah.
for
But do
full
you?
formula.
And I want y'all to notice how it's up against the walls of the paper, though. So when we trying to like make people who don't do it what they looking for, so see it got loosened up, and that's another reason why we finishing that. Like it ain't gonna stay like that unless you make it stay like that. So I'm pushing down. Not the paper will bust if you push it too hard, but it's firm, but it's a nice pack. And to the point why what Lil D was saying is he pack it down on the end. That's because you don't set the tip. So this stage, the first stage, soon after you grind it and everything, just think about it as setting the tip. So you cannot put too much in there. It's better to put too little in your first step stuff than too much, especially if it's drier weed that's not spongy. So that's when you gotta have a little bit of technique, know what kind of weed you smoking, and then how spongy it is, how fresh it is, how spongy it is. So that one I probably got about 0.5. I got a little more, and it's the same thing. I'm pinching and I'm squeezing, but I can see like right there. You can see like I better not squeeze too much more, cause I might bust off the side. But it's just still real firm, and I'm just like really matching the tension to make it fill out the side of the cone. So last time I was going a lot slower. Like right now, I can already tell you that you wanted to see what the weight is. I'm gonna reach down over here and I'm gonna grab a scale out so we can see what this is. So this is a king size, and he's right. This probably gonna take about 2. But when you starting off, I would almost buy the extra paper before you go down to a 99 or 1 1/4, which is less paper, which I advise you to do because it's cost cheaper. You know what I mean? Like, don't buy more paper at more money and you just either gonna burn it off. But in the beginning, while you learning how to pack these cones good, or say you maybe get some new weed, you got 3 strains, just get the king size, because the king size could go smaller, but a smaller can't go bigger, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like you could make you could make it smaller. So here's how you'll tell if y'all don't know how you know whether how much weed we put in. Same thing like you do anything. Drop the damn paper on there. Each paper will probably weigh different. Tear it out, and then I drop this on here. So you'll see like right there. That is like 0.89, and I think that's probably a good ass joint. I think this one right
So
here
it's not even a gram in there.
is not even a gram. I could put the rest in there just for shits and giggles. I'm gonna make it a gram just because I know where I'm at, and I don't want to be. And y'all better smoke the most of it because I got to do a whole goddamn podcast. I ain't trying to be so toe up that I forget every goddamn thing. Goddamn. But it will happen. Don't get me wrong, and I be talking too fast. So notice again, I just got all the little weed in there. I'm just scraping it in there. I like all of those little tools that help you. I like the shooter. They shoot it down in there, but it's the same thing. If I was going to use the raw shooter, pack your tip first and then use the more thing. Even when I'm doing a whole lot of, say I was making 150 for a dispensary, I would have to pack the tips to some weed before I drop them in the automatic machine and let it shake down what you want, how you want it. All right.
What I noticed
There you go.
the other day,
That's a gram right there. It's a gram .6 right here.
what I noticed the other day, Will, when you was actually doing the presentation with the joint,
Mm-hmm.
how you did the tip of it, how you folded it in.
Oh yeah, here we
So
go.
yeah, show that again, cause I was.
Here you go. So here is I usually I got two ways to do that. And this is like when he handed it back, everybody saw how loose that weed back. If you rewind about 30, 40 seconds when they handed it back to me, the weed was all of that packing what we did went away. So if you gonna travel with this, which I say everybody should sit down the night before or the morning before and roll up 5 or 6, get you a nice swanky case, and then you can like be ready to go on the road. So you could just pre-pack your joints and have them ready to go. Me, I usually have a sativa. I have my little weapons ready depending on what I want to smoke. But when you finishing them, you know, at the tip, it's the same thing. It take oxygen and fire for this shit to combust. So you want it to breathe. You want it tight. To your point, D, when you tapping it down, if you don't tap it down, that's when you're going to get that hot ash falling on you every time. If it's loose inside that cone, you're going to drop a hot ash on yourself. Now, the easiest way, and I all the time don't do it, I think I ain't got my thing with me. I'll show you one way. Me, personally, I would be doing like this. I just like fold it over on top itself, and I push it in. I'm not going to show you that because that is not the easiest. The easiest is just spin it right here. So when you spinning it right there, you can bust it too. You just spin it and it almost come down on each other. But if you leave it like that, I guarantee you it's going to unravel itself. You see that? It's going to come unraveled and you're going to travel around. All your weed going to come out. Trust me. It just I know from sheer the experience. If you twist it like this, if you twist it in like that, then use your nail since it's a piece of paper. Or I like to use the end of the stick right here and go right around that thing. I actually got my scissors here. If you're real fancy with it, and let me tell you, you don't need nothing. I always like to do things from the poorest thing. The best weapon for this, guess what it is, folks?
Scissors.
Fingernail clippers. When you get this little tail right here, just send it into the fingernail clipper right there. Trust me, it's easier than sticking your hand in and out of this. I'd be like doing 150 and sticking my hand in it. Either I have to do them all like this and cut them all in a time because I get tired of fingers in, fingers out. Fingernail clippers, just clip it off and you'll be right there. So I'm going to click the excess paper because you didn't want to burn it off anyway. On last week's video, I just burnt it off. So leave a little bit of a tail so you can make it so you can make sure it's stuck together and it don't come unravel. And then I'm just using this right here. I'm using the tip. Last time I had a wood dowel, and I'm just pushing around the edges. The wood dowel is like absolutely the best. I don't think you can beat that. And that's the raw little wood one. It's not working bad with this, but when you lose something, this cardboard just got a hole in it, and you just need something like just to smooth it out and get down in there, because you done set the edges, and then you could just make it smooth with anything solid like that. And if you don't do this step and you're going to travel, like, trust me, I done found me being high, I done found fucking weed a month later, and I rolled it like this, and it's still been like this. I be hard on shit. I run around with that pack, jumping around, riding skateboards, and I do anything. So that's the best finish from the travel right there. So I want y'all to light this up, but then remember, I think I'm going to do the lighting process for y'all so I can show the people once again. Switch me back. I think we good right here because last time we did it good. So the biggest thing for me is when you light it is to burn the paper off first, right? So you got to good.
Before you light it,
Mm-hmm.
show D the tip of it.
Okay, yeah. Now tell me what you think about that. But that's the difference between dude that's just twisting
fire.
it.
I ain't never seen.
You gotta
paper.
put it
I
like
ain't never
that.
seen the paper so like laid down like that. Okay.
you almost gotta take. That's when you got that wood dial, and your pop got like a shit ton of them. Remember they used to give them away with the weed packs. They used to give you the piece of wood. So just use that, and just so you know, us on the budget, you know that's where we at, man. We always do things from a budget perspective. Guess what the best alternative to a poker is? Chopsticks. So the next time you at the Asian restaurant, BD Bops has got the best because they round. And you just to get a wood dial, and then guess what? That thing is so long that you could stuff any cone with some chopsticks. So you always in a pinch. Just get chopsticks, folks. With I'm always trying to do things. I told y'all last week, and we're gonna go over like next week how to roll your own cones and do that.
Hey, y'all gotta tap in, tuck and roll, man.
All right, man. We be getting with it. We dropping that knowledge, and some of this stuff I know some of y'all want to fast forward past that. Y'all rolling blunts ain't gonna smoke that. But some people who new to this industry, we just want to show y'all a few times on how to do things the proper way, how we figured it out, and how many years we've been doing this thing so you can enjoy the cannabis and not waste your money. So then when we get ready to light this, we're just going to burn that paper off first. The last thing I usually want is a paper hit. So I just burn some of that paper off. Once that paper is gone, and you can see right there on that, switch me back, if you see right there, you can see the paper still right in there. And then when I hit it,
put it back to the camera. Let me see. Right.
So the paper is gone. So now you can see that it's burning evenly all the way through. Now let me just tell you, rookies who new to smoking, when you want to show out, put me on a big camera. When you want to show out, it's real easy. You have to ease into it. Once you ease into the hit, you won't get a run. So what you want to do is light the cherry, then you can pull it hard as you want. So it's not an instant super inhale like you about to take the last breath of fucking air in your life. That's how you fucking run the joint. Trust me, everybody, don't do that. That's poor junk maintenance. Just ease into it. And once the cherry is lit, you can pull out. You try to rip a hole in that bitch, and you won't run it. And then you're gonna have better joint maintenance. Switch me back. You could just see I hit that big hard as fuck. Y'all ain't got bigger lungs than me, and I'm gonna pass this to the back, and these dudes could smoke. But it stayed even all around. You have to ease into it. And look, that's another sign of a good joint and good weed. I told you that last time. The paper is going to resonate the weed. You can't even see that really good in a bowl when you do that. But the resin is coming down. That's nothing but high terpenes. That's the crystals on your weed getting burnt off. And that's a good sign. The other thing you want to look for is the white ash. A lot of people swear by the white ash is a higher quality weed. If you got ash that's turning out black at the tip, I almost tell you to stay away from that. This burning off a lot of chemicals, and that's probably some fake weed, to be honest with you. So we're going to pass that around, and y'all tell me what y'all think about that.
Unc, I ain't gonna lie. This joint fire, but you might gotta say that again for the people that ain't hear that, man. With the white ash and the black tips, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's serious insight, man.
I'm going to drop a little knowledge on y'all. In the bro science things, like if I'm shopping for weed and I'm evaluating weed, so say I've been lucky enough to be in some weed contests. Some people get a bowl out and clean it, not me. I'm packing 8 joints for exactly what I told you. I need to see if the trichomes is going to resonate down. You see what I'm saying? I want to see that resin coming down. I can't see that good in the bowl all the time because we're going to burn it all the way off. You could get your taste and everything, but like I say, it's no flavor added to that. And then that white ash. A lot of people in the bro science world would say that white ash means a cleaner grow. They use less chemicals, and even if they did use chemicals, they washed it or they flushed it before the end. And that's like an extra 3-day process. So that's another sign of quality weed. That's why when you smoking that garbage gas station booth out there. I'm telling you, it burned black. The last shit I got out the smoke shop, I'm not gonna out my people because I like them. It was trash. The shit was so black. They add so many chemicals to it, either natural or unnatural chemicals, that the damn joint didn't even burn. That's why a lot of people will say the white ash over a black ash. And you know when carbon is burning, it burns black, right? Like if you see a fire from a distance, white smoke usually means steam or something like that. Black smoke means carbon is burning. That's what we don't want. And you can see this went around a few times. Now I want to know, how is this one hitting? What y'all think about that?
I was about to ask you, what flavor, what strand is that?
We got sticky glue in this. This is a sativa sticky glue. I'm not going out
It
the
got
farm.
a grapefruit taste. Like
Yeah,
grape.
and this is a
That's
sativa,
tasty.
and I know
Pretty smooth. Pull
the
too.
and it ain't gonna
Yeah, the
put
pull
you to
is great.
sleep. Yeah, and you can see we got a little baby runs over there, but it's still uniform because we did it the right way. And you see that. See the ash look grayish white, but when you see the dark parts of the black, like if that part was all over there, that's not usually high quality weed. Or at best, if you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, they did not flush all of the chemicals out. They last 3 days or they grow. So that could still be. Stay away.
All right, I got a question for you, Will.
Yep.
This little jungle juice you gave me right here.
Right.
I'm about to drink it all, but I want to show the people what it is. Tell me
Okay.
a little bit about this.
The jungle juice. All right, I wanted to
mean,
show
the,
you
the blue juice.
the
you
blue
know.
juice. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna just want one more thing. You
But
just
it's gonna
get,
be gone though. So
Okay,
that's
yeah,
why I was
all right.
saying. You know, I'm about to finish.
Before
finish
we
it up.
tap in, my man is from. He got flavors. Our boy, man. He make these packs for us right here. Flavors2020.biz. It's my boy over there. He make the he about to go all the way into fruit juices. So that's an infused fruit juice. And I want to say I knew exactly what that brand was. So that would be a tincture extract. So he decarbonated, and he probably used a moonshine extract or a high alcohol content to separate the THC out the plant into the alcohol, and then he mixed that juice up. But the juice itself, besides the blue
But it's
food
good, though.
coloring, yeah, is the only thing unnatural in there.
Definitely starting to taste it more. The taste is just settling on in.
Oh, and the sticky glue? Yeah. See, that's that good weed. We would say sativa run up on you a little bit lower. And I'm going to say for a fact that I know probably you, little D, don't smoke a shit ton of sativa. And this is a pure sativa. It is very hard to find something that's 60-40 sativa. It's hard to find shit that's leaning on sativa. But you look up
Is
the...
it more like hybrid based?
No, this is sativa side. This is all the way on the other side of the fence. This not hybrid. This is all the way over to the sativa. And 95%, 90 to 95% of the weed we smoke here in Cleveland is
You go, Will.
is indica without a doubt. It's just the most popular weed out here anyway. So yeah, it's a good one though. But I like it because it keep your brain going. D already was a little sleepy, so the next thing we smoke, we'll knock his ass out with. But more of the nighttime.
I'm getting my second win. I'm good, bro.
He always and he off, man. It's a long ass weekend. That's why I'm glad we getting this one in. Little Memorial Day weekend. Everybody be safe out there, man. It was a lot of accidents today. It's raining over this way. Y'all be careful. And I do agree. Don't be out there smoking and driving, and don't be rolling up and driving. That's why you should pre-roll. It's dangerous. Canada, who went legal way before us, here's the trade-off. They let you smoke weed, but it's no distracted driving. So we might as well get used to it now. They gonna catch you with your phone in your hand, and they gonna pull you over. Then if they catch you with weed in the car, once they pull you over, you might have some consequences. So that's kind of how Canada law went. Michigan is kind of similar to that. They don't care. Um, just this week too, I will say in some legal news, dude down in I want to say Monroe County. Don't pass that back to me, neither. In Monroe County, got busted with 11 pounds of weed. The sheriff down there pulled him over, arrested him, and took him to jail and tried to charge him and everything. Guess what happened to him? It happened on the 19th. They let his ass out of jail. So the weed law here in Ohio is holding up. And here in Cuyahoga County, like I said, it's decriminalized here. It's not the same as everywhere else. But down there, for him to get off of rural Ohio on some shit like that, that'll just let you guys know. I wonder, before we transition out of this shit, everybody always asking me about spliffs. So I'll make a little bit for you. I got grabba, and I don't know if we could get that up online, but grabba ain't nothing but kind of ground up Fonto leaf, basically. All right, you don't need a lot. It's the East Coast people who really love this shit, man. I swear to God, it's like if you from Baltimore or you from Jamaica or England, you like this shit. I'll put a pinch in here if I was gonna roll it in a cone just to show y'all how we do that. I can't stand this shit. I wouldn't waste a whole. It's motherfucker. One thing I guess is people who admit that they got a nicotine problem, but what you gonna say, D? They been smoking spliffs. The Jamaicans been smoking spliffs since they got off the boat. What do you say?
Yeah.
I mean, Jamaican people from England, a lot of people on the West Coast. So if you go back to the trade cam,
Yep.
I just added about 50-50 with that, right? I just added 50-50 because most of the time with something like this, I would just roll a joint regular, but I'm still not with licking down shit for people's, especially for commercial. If I'm making it for somebody to purchase, I'm not gonna put my spit all over it. So once again, it's the same thing. I put even less in there. That's probably about point nothing in there, and I'm setting the tip. And it's a whole different structure of weed, and it's the same thing. I just almost know after like 4 or 5, after you break one or two, you will know how tough to push it, and you just won't break it no more. And it's just to load all of this up, and trust me, I want to get all of this off my tray because I don't want none of this in my weed. I don't like mixing nothing. Me personally, I go outside and nastily just smoke a cigarette because I don't like to mix my two together. So it's the same thing. It roll up the same. So that's everybody who say they can't get off the blunts and they want some alternative. That would be the answer right there. We got gravel for sale. Look at my man Flavors, or just hit us up at Recognize or Sohigho at Sohigho216, and we'll be happy to get you any of our products we got. We'll be happy to get off to you. So that's just it. So just again, if it was a shorty, we just gonna pinch that off, spin that around. Same thing. Like right now for me, I know to push down with my fingernails because I know it's gonna set it good. I go right back, get my little nails, get my little scissors out my pack, and these packs is for sale. And also this pack has got the glue. So next week we gonna probably do what was that brand? Blizzies.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Blizzies, and then probably I'll do a Fonto leaf next week, and we'll go through how you get roll up the. I ain't gonna say next week, next show, because we might do a show. It depends. We off this weekend, and if D want to get some shit in, we gonna get some shit in.
What all come in your pack?
This pack got it just had a little poker in it,
Right.
and it's got the infused glue, and it's got these nice little cigarette scissors with it, so you can cut that little piece off. And you can see how I'm using this instead of my end of my wood dowel, just to finish that tip off just the same. So even like that, I'll be able to pack it. So I would just load that up. So like it's a long weekend, and look at that size right there. This right here is a perfect size, whether you want to know or not. Because if you had to run in the store, a lot of people be working. You got this. I would rather smoke this than smoke a whole one and have to put it out. You feel me? Like you just make you some baby ones, but that's when the whole king size paper ain't worth your money. You know what I mean? Like you just gonna tear off that much paper. That's why you don't. But in the beginning, when you need to get that pull, go ahead and use that, man. It ain't bad. So check that one out. Say that one. If you want to smoke it, don't forget it's got that grabber in it. It's gonna choke the shit out of you.
I'm gonna call this one a pack a punch.
Oh yeah, and your boys who smoking, your boys that smoke backwoods probably are really like that, man.
Shout out to the vanilla backwoods. I mentioned all the other loose leaves, all the new
Mhm.
joints, but the OG vanilla backwoods.
See, what is up with the Russian creams though, bro? What's the deal with that shit? Is that a thing for you?
Yeah, they definitely pretty popular. My bro used to mess with them a lot. I wouldn't know them too much, but I mean, if he had them,
Mm.
I definitely smoke with anything. Yeah.
Jesus, man. So,
But I do gotta admit though, sometimes though, like that backwoods shit, like man, they be hitting, but sometimes they just be too much. Like I don't even know the word for it, for real, for real. Like you be tasting too much of the kind of the wood, like the
oh
shell.
yeah, the shell. Well, to me,
Like sometimes it be overly too much. Where like man, I don't even think man, damn near got sick.
I don't know why. I don't know. It just it tastes nasty to me, and we smoking good ass weed, like all of that flavor.
It
from that
overpower
joint.
the weed, the harshness
Yeah.
of it. You can't
You
even
know what I
taste the
mean?
weed, really.
And we like some man. We couldn't wait to get good tasting weed, bro. I like the taste of it, man. I like the different varieties of it. Like I know your pop always be like, what's that one, Will? What's that one? Like, yeah. But then again, we are real weed heads where do that shit got some THC in it? I'm gonna smoke it any damn way in a pinch though. But yeah, just get you a nice little case, make it like something sexy, and make you some pre rolls. Sit down with your table while you get your tray, and don't think about making. You see how that whole joint, and then that'll give you a way to manage your weed too, especially when you're on a budget. Like shit, I could only smoke 2 joints today. If I'm on like that's what budget is, and that's me. I pre-roll them, and then I'm having them all ready to go. And like when you out, it's just so convenient. And we're gonna have more pre-rolls for sale coming up. I think the other thing I wanted to give a little explanation about is bowls. Like people always ask me like, "What's the pipe?" I don't think I'm a smoker. I meant to get my other pipe. Like next week, I'm gonna really show y'all how to get through smoking a pipe. I don't want to get this one up because it's a hand blunt. I meant to bring my other one out. But what you want to look for in a bowl, the first thing you want to look for in a bowl is how deep the hole is. Though, to be honest with you, all bowls don't fit good, and I'll show you a example of what's tolerable in here is when you got a bud. A lot of times, there's some biscotti too. I'm gonna roll up one of these. I'm probably gonna have you roll up one D with the cone and see what kind of lessons we got. If we got you good or not on some rolling skills while we sitting up here going. See if you learned anything or two on here. But biscotti is. All right, I'm gonna pass this back. Almost need another tray. Let me see. Here, I got this one. You got a tray back there with you too. And you got a huh?
Need another tray?
No, you go for yours, and I'm gonna keep this one up here. Here, and you take this and
Glad you ain't asked me to do that.
huh? Oh, we know better than that right now
That
for
was
you.
not gonna happen.
You done got the juice and some cookies. Man, ain't no counting for you.
And-
What you
You right.
I already know. You switching them scenes is doing us very good, man. So when you got me on the phone
Yes, sir.
on the
I
table.
got you on the desk.
So most of the time, most people will just drop a nugget right in there and burn it off. Some of the weed is good for that. You spread it out and you just light the corner of it up. I think the grind that you put on it might be a little bit better when you packing the weed. So the biggest thing and to know that is to know what size bowl you gonna get. The other thing is the carburetor right here. If you look at the distance, if you can see in there real good, it's some distance between that bowl right here and the hole right there and the bottom. Because if you don't know, when you inhale down here, it's gonna catch the bulk of the ash. And when you smoking a bowl like that, if you smoke that hot ash through there, it's coming out to your mouth. But when you initially light it, you don't have nothing to worry about. All the weed underneath it is gonna be filtered. But when you on a budget, you gotta get a bowl. A bowl is pretty efficient. I think it's above a joint for sure because it's all the smoke and all the THC is encapsulated inside the tube, and you're gonna catch it all. And if you put your hand over the tip of it, you might not suffer it out. And if you really smoking on a budget, that's how you would be doing it, something like that. And this one has a carburetor, and all this does is allow more oxygen in. So when you inhale you just hit your carburetor over there to let more air come in. So that's like a little bit of the bowl, but we're gonna get into that. I wanted to introduce that. So next week, if y'all bring y'all bowls out, we're gonna go over two things. We're probably gonna go over that Fonto leaf real quick and show y'all because that's just gonna be advancing what we did with the cone technique, and then we'll get a little bit deeper into what kind of bowl you get because there's a lot of cheap bowls at the gas station, right? Some of them ain't worth buying. And the biggest thing what you want to do is exactly what I said. You need to stick your finger in there and it need to be deep. But if you see that depth go all the way to the bottom of it, that's not a good bowl because all of that ash is going to gather up right there. The other reason you don't want to do that is because of cleaning. If you don't have a space in between there, you can't get at the bottom of your bowl and clean. So right now you can go through the carb. You can use a long Chanel and go back through the top. You need a packing stick? Yeah, here you go, right here. We got you for sure. So that is like what you're looking at for a bowl. And it is higher quality. Go see the dude right on West 25th. He's a glass blower. Go look up some local glass blowers. Don't buy all of that Chinese stuff when there's some real artisans around that you could get. This piece right here, I don't want to smoke out of it because this was made in Ohio. I forgot his name. I got to go down. It's an old school hair shop right down in downtown Barberton. It's one of the older hair shops around, and he's got some vintage glass in there. I forget his name. I'll look it up. Like if we do this on post, I'll try to get his information back up to you on that. But right now I'm gonna show you a little bit more. Like even with all of this stuff that we talking about, you need to be cleaning all of this stuff too. So when we talking about cleaning things, it's only really one thing that you should be worried about, and that's 99 ISO. And 99% ISO is one is just one. It kill almost every damn germ in the damn world, bro. A 99 ISO will kill bed bugs on site. So it's one of the only real things that you could do. And I usually go right over to Ace Hardware. Usually got a blue tub of it for $19. I think everybody should have it underneath their sink because it fixes more ailments and it's just like it's better than cleaning. I mean, when you see the way it removes certain gunk and things, um, it's just one of them things. I think it's the real shit that's in Lysol. I think they just be lying to us, but just getting straight to 99 ISO. Like 70% alcohol does not clean the same as 90% alcohol at all. So I'm gonna show you like my Puffco. I need to bring the other one too. My Puffco. This is the top to the Puffco, and I left it dirty on purpose so we could clean it up. But I cleaned all of the gunk and everything. I think I got my other one here so I could show you uh, what the tar and everything looks like on it, so we can show you how good the 99 ISO is. So I'm kind of clean right now. Actually, my mine is really clean. This ain't so dirty right now, but it's you'll see on this one. So I'm gonna move the top over here and get this one clean. That's this actually my backup puff coat. This is more for wax. So just so the rookies don't know, y'all don't know what I'm doing. I'm showing you how to clean up the gunk and the tar on all your marijuana tools, even these scissors and things that you use. 99 ISO. When you get that sticky resin that don't get off nothing, like dishwasher soap won't get it. 99 ISO or even 70% ISO. Now 70 don't work good as 99 do, hands down. So you just get right back on there. I think I'm gonna get over here to this corner so I can show you really good.
So I got it twisted, but
Let me feel.
I need to figure out that.
Let me see.
That tuck and
Let me
roll
see.
again.
Let me see where you at there.
I've been trying to figure out that
Okay.
tuck and roll again.
You doing good, but you still a little loose. My grade for you is, let me see yo. I got one over here. So let me just show you real quick. I like this. I will give you about a C just cause your tightness on here. You wanna like not have it that loose. Like that, if you feel back, I want both y'all to feel through it so y'all could maybe give me an opinion on that looseness.
Got a little pull game to it.
I know it's got a lot of pull
game.
game. Don't get me wrong. That bitch, that bitch will go up in smoke. But you gonna leak an ash. Let me show you. And I'm gonna try to let you.
But
do
he
it.
can just poke it down a
Yeah,
little bit more, right?
no. I'm gonna show you a secret real quick. I'm gonna show y'all both a little secret. This is a little secret after you do it a little bit, and only you can do that only if you got this much space. Weed is spongy, and I gave him biscotti, so that's the difference. Biscotti, that last weed that where we smoked, that sticky glue was drier. So if you look right on there, man, you can see me moving that weed. You see that good, D?
Yep.
When I could grab it, the whole thing, and look, if you look all the way to the bottom, I could move the whole stack of weed. The whole stack move. You see that? The whole thing move. And you're going to lose about an inch. But guess what you just did? You compressed it, and then I want you to move. And when you finishing that, if you look at this screen, I'm going to show you. So once you get there, I kind of like tap that off. And then right there, it's almost just a pinch, and it's a twist. And you twist the bottom and let that tail go up through your hand. Now I'm gonna like undo it and let you try to do your twist first. So right there. So grab it tight toward it. Yep. The pinch first. Now twist the bottom up. Twist the bottom of the joint now. And twist it and choke down closer to the tip. Yeah, but you see it's going to the top. I want your top finger that's holding to be closer to it so you can feel.
All the way to the
Come here, I'm gonna show you one more.
You twisting the bottom.
So
not
look,
the top.
I want you right here. I want you to hold right here.
And just
If
straight
you
twist the
hold
bottom.
and like let the twist move out your hand like it's a screw and you moving up. You see what I'm saying? Like you got it pinch right here and start twisting the bottom. And you could feel what it's doing better. So pinch it close to the top, now twist the bottom. Yeah. You see it's getting tighter?
Yeah.
Now let your fingers slide up and then you can control your tension. And you just make a whole little skinny thing all the way up and it'll take care of itself. Now the next step after that is I want you to go right down by the tip and push down right here with both your fingers. Push in like that. And you're going to just feel it settle right in. Like, get your finger. No. Push it. No.
Push straight down on the joint.
Here, let me show you real quick.
Straight.
Yup. Just like you was pinching. And listen, I sink my fingernails into it almost. I'm almost making an indent in there. You see this? I'm over here and I'm gonna like
It's
push it
like
in.
a slope almost.
Look,
right? Like
I'm
a little,
pushing it in because I know I'm gonna set it with that other piece of wood down. I'm pushing in on them, and then I'm gonna cut that piece off. You got your scissors?
Damn, that
ready?
was like magic.
Huh?
Damn, that was like magic.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Okay, but really,
But push in. But see, you choke up on the tip. See where you pinch that, you want to push that down so you don't get that weed up. So make sure that weed stay down. I'm tight and I'm pushing that in just like that because you just about to cut it off.
Nice.
And you got that white scissors right there. Let me see. I don't know where that other. Look right on that. That's right there. And then just cut. Give it a little tail. Don't cut it all the way. So, because if you cut it all, then it'll unwind. Yeah, then it'll unwind. But way down, way closer to the tip. Just a little baby nub on
So
it.
about like,
Yeah, real close to it. Like the zero, yep, right in there. Now go back with your wood dial and push down with it. I wish I had a real wood one too. You can use the wood piece that you had. Oh, I took it back from you, didn't I? Here you go.
I was over here looking for it.
Yeah, no, I understand that all the time. And then you like use that. That's
Wow,
why
this
you
is-
need
this is
something
perfect.
solid.
This is perfect. For
It's
this,
not the perfect is because if you use the piece of wood or the chopstick right there, that's when you're gonna be like, oh shit, I'm winning like a champ right
Yeah, you
there.
want to use one without the hole in the middle, right?
Yeah, you want something without the hole in the middle. Absolutely correct. Cause that's why the cardboard is cheap, but the wood ones is way more effective though. But that's gonna take you from being a regular rolling, and then this is the part that's gonna make it. The purpose of that 2D is to push it down so the weed don't move around. So you want it firm. You almost want to lock it in.
Okay.
Let me.
And I got some in that little wood box.
Here, let me just finish it
You
off
bring
for
that
you.
wood box over here. Is it still on the other side?
I think it's still on the other side.
No wood box.
Yeah, here, I think I could get it with this one. And you can just see. Here's where you at. Give me the give me up.
Close up.
Yeah, give me the camera. I'm gonna show that finishing move for people. All right, you got me.
Yes, sir.
All right, see, I took that tip, I left it over, and then I'm just going all the way around, and I'm really giving a nice push in right there. I'm really giving a nice push in right there. And that way I can like put it away and I could take it for travel. And then all of that push down work we did is not gonna come back out. And you can take a look at that one. And you see what I'm saying? And that's with the wood one too. So I really push down. That's why you gotta have a little bit of left over when you cut it. Because if you cut it too tight, guess what? You'll push down and then just open up the top of it. It's not enough. So it's only gonna take you like 3 more and you'll be good to go, bro. Like literally, you'll be a pro. If you rolled up 5 or 6 of them, just pre-roll them for your next day. You'll want to be so fly in front of your friends that you'll do a good job, bro.
And then after that, it's just gonna be solid. It's gonna be easy. Yeah.
Man, you'll be like, sit down for 5 minutes. You're gonna be like, you'll never roll up one joint at a time. You'll always roll up 3 at a time after that. You'll be on that. All right, so we gonna go over a little bit of this. I'm gonna show y'all how sticky and gluey. This is like wax resin, and it's off my Puffco rig. I hope this light is showing you how like sticky, and this thing is like broke a little bit, but 99 ISO cleaning this stuff up is ridiculously good. And you could clean all your tools and everything with this. I had I think I had another dab tool that I was gonna clean in here too. Oh yeah, here it go. Here go the scissors too. Yeah, I got a dab tool. And I'll just show you how 99 ISO clean. Here's another thing I was going to show y'all also about. I got a one hitter right here. And this is 99 ISO is good for cleaning all this. This is just the most popular stuff. When I say you could get all of that 420 juice and all that thing, those is good for bongs and stuff like that. 99 ISO in a pinch, guess how you kill everything? D, it's just hot water. Damn, I'm about to lose my. I don't know why this ain't charging no more, D, but it ain't.
Was it computer?
Yeah, but it's all good. So I'm gonna see you. I'm just gonna hit it a little bit with the 99 ISO, and if you look at that tip right there, that tip is just like full of wax right there, and you could just see. I mean, this is some of the stickiest of the stickiest, and you could just see the 99 ISO just working a champ and just melting it off like butter. Nothing that I found over all my years of smoking works like this. And you see how sticky and all that is. It's just take a little bit of agitation after that, a little bit of rubbing on it, and you're gonna have a pristine part. Now, when you're dealing with glass and you cleaning this stuff up, it's still gonna be sticky. So a lot of times, it like alcohol will leave like almost it's streaking a little bit, and then you just clean it up with a little more soap and water works still good for when you cleaning out some things. It's either soap and water or something like that. But that's like just straight through, clean it up like it ain't nothing. That thing was all sticky and it's like pure white right now. And that's just 99 ISO. I just can't tell you how efficient. I just used it out the spray bottle too. I like the I know we got spray bottles of 99 ISO. If you want to buy some 99 ISO from me, you don't want to get the whole thing because it is you really supposed to hazardous store it and stuff like that. If you want to see me for a little bottle and help out the cause, that's gonna definitely be one of our products. Definitely look up the Rec Room Studios at Gmail, right?
Recroomstudios@gmail.com.
And it's Sohigho Gas Company, Sohigho 216 at gmail.com. And we'll be happy to get anything we talk about, answer all your questions. One is to D, one is to me, but we'll be happy to get answer all your questions. God bless you too. And you can just see like that big ass knot of wax that was on here with 99 ISO is gone. That shit is a freaking miracle worker, bro. When I mean it ain't nothing to clean up all of your tarred up, like especially like when I showed y'all the pipe and we getting more bongs and pipes, and when you cleaning up all your stuff from trimming weed and sticky hands from working on weed, 99 ISO worked the absolute best. Now, I don't know if you want to do a dab. You're going to be toe up. I know that's a crazy ass question for my man D Selector, but if you wanted to dab, or you want to say this dab for a minute, oh, y'all still smoking or no?
It's whatever you want to do, bro.
Oh, shit. And that is really a little introductory to 99 ISO. It's definitely going to be one of the products we going to be offering here on one of our products shop, but you just can't go wrong. But I'm still gonna tell y'all, I definitely want the support from y'all. But if you're looking to support us, we definitely would like you to buy any of our products. We always got highest niggas on the planet shirt. Recognized Records is a studio here where D got studio time. I'm sure if you wanted production, music, video clips, all that, this is a full range studio right now. D is also one of the most accomplished masters in this town, and we are sitting in the middle of Recognized Records. And I know for a fact we opening up the studio for a few select podcasters. It's gonna fill up quick. It's gonna be a closed schedule. So if you want to go to this type of field with a great ass technician that studied the game real hard, sign up. We think about 150 an hour starting out introductory rate. I think that's super fair to have a technician and to use his time like that and have all of the licensing done for you. It's a great ass platform, and D get better at everything he do. So don't forget to stop in and Recognize Studios for all your studio needs, production needs, video needs, editing needs. Holler at D. Recognize Studios with a S at gmail.com, and anything weed related and anything like that, we under the tree. We got Thieveland.com. We got Sohigho Tuck and Roll. Like we said, we offer a bunch of products. So that's just our little bit of commercial so you can help us out. I do have Thieveland going to dark sweatshirts only in large, D. So don't kill me, bro. We only got a large size Thieveland because D do rep everything that we got. So
Yes, I do.
he absolutely do. Uh, Lost the damn computer, but that's life. Um, Here's another little thing right here. In the weed game, this is a one hitter. People don't know about that. That's just when you like just put a little weed in there at the tip and you just smoke it. So same thing, just a little more explanation. We used to use them like this so we could hide, make it look like a cigarette back in the day. To be honest with you, don't nobody got to do that like that. You got to be over 21 to be smoking weed in Ohio, and that's just what the law is. So make sure you following the law and doing everything. The other thing I'd be remiss to talk about, because we about to talk about some edibles, and we went into decarbonation with the girls over at the Arden Company. Really like they product. They might have the best all-in-one machine on the market. As far as decarbonating weed and also extracting, infusing, and baking into your oils, that would be the Arden FX. Is a great machine. It looked like some sisters own that shit, and it's very very it's a very good company, and they do a great job. I did a lot looking up on that, and it did go out too. Cause guess what I needed? Right when I needed that, I needed some information. Cause I was gonna tell you guys getting into extractions on how to guesstimate. Cause a lot of people, when you making weed, you don't know how much you putting in it. When you like making edibles at home, making your own medicine, is no real way that I know besides going to get it tested, right? I think that's just you just got to get the machine if you really want to know. If not, you got to guinea pig that. That's another thing that I'm going to sit back over here and tell you why that Arden is not a bad machine, because guess why, D? There's no limit on, it's no minimum that you could put in that machine. So say you wanted to test a little of this biscotti, right?
Right.
You don't have to like put a whole cup of oil in it to test it out. You can really like put 2 tablespoons of oil. You could decarb like a gram of weed. Decarb a gram of weed, put like 2 tablespoons of oil on it, and then that way you could be like, oh, is it olive oil? Is it grapeseed oil? Is it coconut oil? But when we get on here, I think I got some information so I could show us exactly some of the best oils for when you're making extractions. If everybody don't know where I'm at, I'm a little bit losing them. We're talking about making edibles and the extraction process at the house for making oils or tinctures or anything. You have to go through a process. It's called decarbonation, right? It's the first step in this, and it's a shit ton of information on the internet. But nobody is beating the homegirls. It looked like 2 sisters. Am I wrong, D? For the Arden Company.
I remember that. I know it was
The purple
one.
machine.
It was one.
Yeah.
I think it was one sister.
It was one. Listen, they gave away so much of the Arden FX is the reason. So
I might even still have it up online. Let me look on my computer too while you doing that.
All right, I'm gonna get some of these over here, and I'm gonna show you. I think I got some examples to show what. I'm gonna put these all away. Let me put this up real quick. I hate getting all messy, but I gotta keep a little bit together, or shit'll get out of control for me real quick. So take a little sip. Yeah, let me clean up a little bit and put that icy propel back up, and then we'll be able to talk about that tincture and shit. I want to hit that biscotti when we. Oh yeah, hit a little bit of this biscotti on a Thursday night.
Yeah, boy. It's hidden too.
Yeah, that's a good
How you
roll.
spell the name, Will?
Ardent, Ardent, the art and decarbolator and infuser. Yeah, that's a good one right there. See, I like it like that. And we still got a small run, but we nothing. The joint maintenance ain't gonna fix. Over your head, D. So I'm gonna go in some of these different kinds that we got here. So, um, first you just need the leafy matter, and I grew some special weed just to make medicine out of. And I let this stay on the plant so the terpenes went all the way red. It's so hard so I could make more CBDG so I could go to bed. Now this is the only trim bag I could find. So like when y'all running up to Michigan and get trim bag, this is an old trim bag. The green leaves done turned brown, and that'll let you know. You leave trim bag around, so y'all running back down here thinking y'all got shake bags and all that. Y'all got nothing but trim bags. I'm not saying that it's bad, but what it's for is making edibles out of. You want to use this. This is great edible material right here. And why you want to once you get your material and you know what you sourcing and what it is, that's why that art machine and just doing small batches. Trust me, when you do it the poor way too, you still could do small batch things also. So we'll just use this for example. And then you want to go. I think I'll be able to talk about the mason jar and how you decarb and like made kind of easy for. Let me see. I think it was a mason jar method that a lot of people use for a lot of. The mason jar is old school. Not more than the. Let me just keep it 100. The toaster oven at 240 degrees is my personal favorite on how I want to go to. But if you go online and say decarbonating the weed, I know we have a hard time. It's a crazy ass word. I'm gonna spell that word. Give me 2 seconds. I'll make sure I spell it right. I don't want to make sure I'm crazy and spell it wrong. But and I just said it to your ass too. Did you pull it up, D?
Yeah.
It is the weed. Uh, the decarbolator. How you spell decarbolator? It's DECARBOXLATER. So yeah, decarbolated. So if you was gonna do it in the oven, right? You would you would you would heat your oven or toaster oven up to 240 degrees, or probably about the lowest temperature that is still coming on and it'll measure. Place your bud, you place trim buds. You could use whole ass nuggets if you want to. If it's good weed and you need some medicine, like I recommend this family over here, D, do it all the time. You put it in a airtight oven container like a mason jar or a Pyrex dish, and you just put. When they saying airtight, they really saying just put aluminum foil over the top of it, right? And then you want to cover it, or I'm gonna say tin foil. Do not. If you put a mason jar on and put it in the oven, you know what's gonna happen, right? The top gonna blow off of it. Trust me, everybody. If you don't be that high, so just cover it tightly with tin foil, and you want to bake it at 240 for 60 minutes. remove from the oven. At that point, you are decarbonating. If you want to know the science on what you're doing, at putting it at 240 degrees in the oven is you are activating the THC. If you just drop this straight in the oil and left it in there for 18 days, 25 days, it's not going to make a good THC oil. It won't have nothing that's going to make it activate. The THC is not just going to seep into that oil by craziness and just do something magic and be infused. It's not going to happen like that. You'll get a green oil that'll just be tasting bitter, and it won't be no psychoactive properties. After you remove the from the oven, you cool it down. And guess what you could do with decarbonated weed? Now, I want y'all to do it tonight because I'm going to leave some of that. And now that you down here, then you're going to make him do that. That ain't the best smoking weed, but it's the best weed to decarbonate too. And he's such a high. And that's going to put some night-night to you too. Put it in the oven. Just get the Pyrex dish. 240 degrees for 1 hour. And I'm going to show y'all too both something. And next time we come on, I want y'all to tell me because you can actually smoke decarbonated weed. I don't know if you remember, D, back in the day, people used to throw the blunt in the microwave for 10 seconds and shit.
Yep.
It was a reason. That's the same thing as activating the THC and then you combusting the THC. A lot of people swear that that's a more elevated high. It's a different high. To me, as a purist,
I never
it changed
looked at
the
it
taste.
that way. It was just the way to seal the blunt type.
Yeah. See, and that was old school technology, right? Remember, the most important thing is never think that you could just drop that weed straight into the oil and decarbonate that oil. It just do not work that way. It just you have to infuse it. You have to decarbonate it first, and then you have to infuse it. So that's why we saying that Arden decarbonator is one of the best ones that you can use. The extra thing that you
I'm
use,
on the site right now.
Mhm.
Turn around this real fast and look at the screen.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the one you're talking
That's
about.
it right there. Yeah,
And it's only $2.99.
$2.99, and hopefully we're gonna have a brand deal with them, and we could
That's
start
not a
offering
bad
that
price.
thing for like $80 to $100 off. If you look at some people and you look around, you can find it for $199, and it's an all-in-one machine, which is so crazy. Now let me talk about Lichin. It's LECITHIN. And bioavailability is the fancy word for adding a molecule to attach the THC to it. So you want to get the most out of your oil. Like after you decarbonate it, when you put it in the oil, what's attracting each other? THC is attracted to the fat modules, and not bad. It's healthy fats, but chemically it's called a fat. And you want to have more fat molecules. So you use soy lichin, about a tablespoon to every onion. And don't check me on that. I'll get back to you and make sure some things that we talking about that I'm making sure that I'm saying the right thing to you on how much soy lichin to add. But it will definitely make your oil more potent and more effective. And that means you could use less. That means you could use like maybe a third of a cup to make like 12 brownies at 50 milligrams a piece instead of using a whole cup. So getting a bang for your bunny, you might as well use a little soy lichin with your oil after you get your decarbonated weed. So how you decarbonate weed, we're going to review again. Put it in the oven for $240, 240 degrees
For an hour.
for 1 hour. And you can use a mason jar. If you don't have a Pyrex dish, this is for all my people in the struggle like me who
A
came up
mason
from
jar
nothing.
ain't gonna explode in the oven.
No, not at 240. Not if it's covered with aluminum foil. Remember that.
Had that talk
You put that top on there. One, you got to see it's a rubber seal around there. It's gonna seal in, and what's gonna happen? Heat gonna expand. It's got to go somewhere. Whoever didn't get out of high school, that's what they taught us in chemistry. No, that might have been that's chemistry. I don't know which one it was. That's basic science. Yeah.
I ended up loving chemistry the next year.
So that is why you have to like put the aluminum foil or a Pyrex dish, or just 240 degrees, and then you'll for 1 hour, and then the THC will be activated. You don't want to go.
Once you take it out the oven, what's the next move?
That's when we in the infusion process. That's why we said we'll add the soy lysine for you people who really want to do it. But if you don't have none, you just go right in there, and we could take a range of oils. Let me make sure. I think I got a list.
I have olive oil upstairs,
Yep.
and I have avocado oil upstairs.
And you can use
Which
them both.
one would you prefer?
If I was making lotion, olive oil. And
So
it'll
what
be a
am I
good
making
top
out of this weed that I'm about to cook?
You're gonna make you can make olive oil and take a teaspoon of that olive oil.
Am I making lotion, or what am I making?
No, you're gonna have an infused oil that you
that
can
I
cook
can
with.
Okay,
You
I
could
got
cook with it. If you want it, you can make gummies out of that olive oil.
No,
also.
it's just something I can cook with. I just I wasn't sure what.
Oh, yeah.
What my
And it will hit
experiment
you
was.
just like what you doing right now. Just like any of those gummies, a teaspoon gonna get you there. Like if I give you like 10 to 12 grams of it, some people said a cup.
So how much oil do I have to put with 10 or 12 grams?
I'm gonna say a cup because we using high weed. Here's an example. That's why the Arden Company gives you a good guesstimation on how much weed to use. This is the gray area of fucking around making edibles on your own, not guesstimating and knowing. You still got a guinea pig. So government grown research weed got 3 to 5% THC. Brick weed, lower quality weed, and shake weed is about 5 to 10% THC. High quality trim, that's what you guys is getting out of Michigan. Those $80 onions, high quality trim and shake. Average hobby grown underground market bud, 10 to 15% THC. Most dispensary and homegrown cannabis, 15 to 25. Fucking around with me and anybody who know what they do, 25 to 30 THC, insanely high THC strains, expert homegrown. That means, here's the other thing. Higher THC doesn't necessarily mean more medical or higher quality. So just so you know that. It is about the cannabinoids and different medicinal property along with the THC. But high THC is just always the rule of thumb. But it's right. She is right by saying it depends. It depends on the grow. It's some factors that go into that. That's why, these is good scientific measurements, but the reality comes when you taste it. Sometimes it's like too strong. It might pass the test, and it's just like way too strong. So if you know the strain that you're using, like look it up on WikiLeaf or any of the other things, and then you can have a good guesstimation about how much THC you can use. And then I think using about let me think. I'm gonna get some numbers for you too. I will tell y'all where I'm cheating from, but I can't just yet till we work out our brand deal with them. So yeah, I want to get paid too. But in general, like for every 7 to 10 grams of high end all the way bud, what I'm giving you, 7 to 10 grams. And I'll show you what I'm giving. I'm giving him some very solid, all the way through, trimmed out weed. It's just a little bit older, and then it's just, but crystals and THC, crazy.
Oh, keep it where you had it at.
Right there. Yeah, that right there And like I said, we left that go long. We left this on the thing. So if you looked at this under the microscope, it'd just be all the trichomes is actually red. And we put that so it could make more CBDGN. And if y'all looked at that, if you had another light over there, you could see how red that is. And all of these was just made so the THC, so you leave it on there for a longer time so you could get with it. Hold on a second. What's up, Rob? Shit, I'm shooting a pod, man. What you on? Yeah. All right, I'll hit back right after this. I'm about wrapping up. All right. We always get a phone call on this show. But then, and you can see the difference between that and say these two, which is more of trim weed, shake weed
These
that
is
was
all,
finished
this is
right.
all trim weed right here.
No, you got weed that was purposely grown for medicine. We purposely left that on the branch and let it stay longer than like make it like a great smoking weed. We made that weed to be more terpenes to make so more CBD in CBDG, or I think the one it is. I have to look it up. Don't quote me because I'm getting high.
Right.
But that is we left all of these up here. And that's jealousy. Like people like actually buy this. Like if you having a hard time going to sleep, that's what you would.
This is what I'm
one
putting
you
in
want.
the oven. This shake right here, right?
You putting all of that in. I want you to make two different packs because after you decarb it all, you can have it separated, and then you could tell me different qualities about this. Do half of it in the olive oil, and then you could do the other half in uh, olive oil, or you could mix it. So if you was gonna use the soy lysine, sunflower soy lysine to infuse, it'd be a tablespoon or 1.5 grams, and you to your mixture. I want to make sure I know if we're gonna use a cup. I know for a fact with that weed right there, you only need 7 to 10 grams per cup of oil. So there's some other ways to get like slick about like it's a lot of information.
So after I throw it in the oil, what I do next?
Okay. You're gonna use just not let it get so oil. First I wanna tell you what oils is the best. And really what we talking about is what has the best
Fat, right?
fat. And out the top MCT oil, right? MCT oil, olive oil was at 59, but it's expensive and it has a lower burn rate than say grapeseed oil. So if you was cooking like olive oil ain't good to fry shit in if you know what I'm saying. It's good to pan fry some shit, but it ain't good to deep fry. Every brother in this planet know that shit right now. Like that shit just burn up too fast and your house will be smoking because it has what's that called, a low smoke rate or a high smoke rate, whichever one that is. That's olive oil. But as far as like making some and making oil or sauteing something, like it's a great flavor unit. Definitely extract with that. Coconut oil is sort of in the middle of the road. You want to make gummies and mix into the
No, just
gelatin.
tell me the best one, cause after the podcast,
Butter and
I'll head to
ghee.
the store.
It depends on if you want to make what you want to make, cookies or you want oils or
just
which
for all around. I really can't.
all
say.
around. I'm gonna say butter ghee if you want to cook with it, right? And
Who?
butter or clear ghee.
Oh,
Butter ghee is GHEE is just clarified butter. Coconut oil has the highest fat content, and if you up there, look for and ask them if they have sunflower lysine. That's the LICH. You know, make me freaking go back. I can't.
you good? You
Yeah,
good?
yeah. It's a soy lysine. Yep, that is it. So then after you do that, you can do it a couple ways. You can make a water bath on the, you put the pot in the oil, use your mason jar, put your oil in there, then you put the whole buds in there. A lot of people used to like blend the bud up right there and chop it up. That's rookie. It put too much plant material in it. Drop as much of that whole matter in there if you can. If you really want to be sophisticated in it, wrap your bud in cheesecloth beforehand. I know you know how to cook, I'm gonna be honest with you, the stocking work better than the cheesecloth if you ask me. But you gotta go, it's some things on the market that you can use if you really get into I had a couple grates that I could like mesh tubes that I just put my decarbonated weed in there and strain it. You don't even have to worry about that because even afterwards, I like dropping the whole bud in there and doing just like I said, just pour it over the cheesecloth so none of the weed after you decarbonate it you done like let it cook basically for an hour or two depending on what you cooking and what oil you cooking and what you looking for out of it is some bit of time because a lot of people at this stage just put it in the crock pot and let it rip. You know what I'm saying? They still believe like 8 hours is the best extraction. I used to think like that, but the science say no. And if you leave it longer, it's just gonna give maybe a burnt taste. Eventually, some of that leaf matter might give you a bitter taste. But will it work? Absolutely. You'll be your ass toe the fuck up though. But not over THC, because only amount of THC in there, that's the important of 7 to 10 grams worth of bud material. Knowing what you're doing. And knowing that
What about putting in a crock pot
uh-huh.
some butter
Yeah.
and the flour?
Not flour. The soy lysine? What you mean?
I mean, no, I seen somebody use butter and an actual flour and let it cook down in the crock pot.
No, absolutely not. That's the rookie mistake. We used to think we was getting high off that, and it used to work back in the day because we was cooking too hot. So like I said, it might have got 240 in the crock pot, but by day 3 or 4, unless you get to that temperature, like you must decarbonate dry weed. The mistake with that is we was putting the weed inside the oil and asking it to get up the temperature. So that's not releasing the most trichomes. You want to like decarbonate dry weed. The science right now says dry weed decarbonation is the best extraction process. Just putting weed in oil and heating it up, you know, the science is out on that. That's just not the method that you will use. You should just take a 2 seconds later. Say we was in a camping situation, some apocalyptic shit right now, and all we got is the campfire. We got to take our damn skillet, put some aluminum foil over that bitch, flick it around for 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we going to make it happen. And then we'll drop the oil in that same pan on it and give it another 35 minutes, strain that shit off, and let's go shoot some or whatever. If we in that type situation. It's up then, bro. So if you look up over here, man, like after you come out the mason jar, you gotta remember when you decarbonating it, it's gonna come out browner. You can look if you look over this way, you can see that's the trim. It's more the trim weed than it is the bud, and that's because this has got less THC in it, and that's nothing but the coconut oil right there. That's just the number one way to go. So. Y'all look up.
Coconut oil I need to run with. That's what
Coconut is in the middle of the road, but you cook enough. Like, you got recipes. They got it all in here. Butter, ghee, and I'm going to send it all over to you so you can get it all. Butter is one of the most popular cannabis infusion out there. Butter is, if you could, I'm lactose intolerant, so that might be another reason why I go to coconut oil over butter too, because I usually try to stay away from milk products. So I probably went down coconut oil and all of the other ones just because I am lactose intolerant. But butter is good. Like, it's real easy to get up in the morning for a dude like you and make toast and eggs.
As far as
And the jelly.
the the fat situation.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you right.
since you said, you know, you need to stick to the fat. The fattier, the better. So I
Yep.
was thinking, you know,
Here,
butter might work.
MCT oil is, let me say, it's a medium chain triglyceride oil derived from coconut. When eaten, MTVs are typically digested easily and head straight for your liver. So the infusion is great for making weed lube, massage oil, pulling oil, and cannabis coffee. So that'll let you know that's probably gonna be on the bitter side. So
Right.
and I know for a fact that coconut oil and butter is not something that you want to rub on yourself because it's too slickery though. You see what I mean? Like it's too oily. So that MCT oil, and you'll find out olive oil. I don't think you could go wrong. It's just in the middle of the road. It say olive oil. It's got the benefits of hot oil, oleic acid, all of the health benefits of olive oil. If you don't know, but olive oil is most people's favorite, include mine. He said use the mason jar or the Arden method for using infused oil because it protects the flavor. So that's, remember I was talking about the double boiler on a thing with the olive oil.
Yep.
So you want to use it like that, but uh, you could kill with that because that's like olive oil is not so off-putting. Like, so you want to grab it like you got to grab an onion, like. But then when you get smooth with it, you know, you like over pasta. You know how easy it is to make like a pesto pasta without olive oil, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, use olive oil with garlic like that, with garlic toast. That used to be my go-to in the second. I used to like drizzle it over my drizzle it over my eggs in the morning and just get to it. You know what I mean? Like it was just easy. Chopped basil and tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? Like the olive oil lends itself to me flavor wise to pasta dishes like that, tomato dishes. Like literally with infused weed, it actually tastes good. You might be like, damn, I miss it one day. What is it missing? I have got to it, and there you go. Olive oil is the avocado oil. Um, it says it's beneficial for people with arthritis, and these is all assumptions. Everybody know that we don't know shit, man. I ain't faking like I'm nobody's doctor. This is some random ass advice, not no damn scientific nothing. Cause unless Lil D over there want to claim scientific, oh he ain't, and he didn't.
I ain't gonna hold this.
Hey, he said he ain't got nothing to do nothing. So
I'm
here,
over here rolling.
here.
I'm rolling hard.
Here's a little bit of crock pot method. So I'm gonna go through a little bit of crock pot just to give you. Which one you want me to give you? Mason jar, or you want?
Give me crock pot.
I'm gonna give you the crock pot. I'm gonna give a little overview.
That sound a little easier for me.
Okay. So after you get the weed out the oven, so they're gonna take the weed out. They're gonna spend an hour. They're gonna decarbonate their weed, and then you gonna combine the following in the crock pot on low or warm. Warm is usually safe. 1 cup of oil, butter or ghee. See what I'm saying, everybody? 1 teaspoon of sunflower lichen. That's LECITHIN.
And where will I buy that at?
You can look it up on Google. A lot of health food stores, and I think if you look, Walmart probably got it these days too. Oh shit, I should have brung it. And you only need a teaspoon. Or call Reggie Noble up. He got it. One of your boys will give it to you. Cause when they sell it to you, you'll buy enough that'll last you for fucking 80 years. Right. It's a shame I don't have it. Step 2, you add 1 cup of organic decarbonated cannabis. Trust me on that. That's a misnomer. That's that cup of shake if you can't weigh it out. But if you weigh it out, I found 7 to 10 grams, whether it's shake or weed, is the right amount, folks. It's just what it is. I don't know why that's not just a shortcut. And you want to like just stir it every once in a while. Now here's the key when you did that. You took it up to 240 in the oven. Really, you don't have to get that high. I think the real activation is somewhere around 202 to 210, but you want to make sure it works. So oven, they going for variable. That's why they overdid it. But when you start lightening it up, me, I like 220, especially like if I was cooking for like olive oil, so I got some taste, so it don't give no flavor to it, right? When you are infusing, so decarbonation, take all of that, got your weed out the oven. Now you got your buds that's done cooled down, and you about to put it in the oil, right? This is
Right.
the infusion part.
Right.
You do not want that oil to go over 180 degrees. Very important. 180. Because the next time you take it up to that high of a heat, the weed is already activated. So the next time you take it up to 250, it's spent. You feel me? Do that make sense to you?
No, that makes sense.
That makes sense to you, D? We activating the weed at the 240.
Right.
It's ready for extraction right there. That way you can put it in oil, you can re-smoke it, but that THC is started.
But after you mix the oil with it and cook it again, how long you cook it again for?
Okay, for you want to go 2 hours in general, but not everything is the same way. But in general, 2 hours.
And are the flowers is it gonna actually break down while you cooking it, or is it gonna be like
No, it should stay in chunks. That's why we would rather you keep your buds. Now you don't want like big whole crazy ass chunks, but you definitely want
should we grind it up after it come out
Absolutely
the
not.
onion? I mean,
No.
after the oven. I mean,
no. Only if you got like when you got that one like the trim bag that I gave you since it's already loose.
right.
You know, you ain't got no choice there. But if it's a bud, what I would do is I'll take all of the stems off of it, though.
Okay.
You could take all the stems since you got all of those trichomes on that bud. Y'all gonna get some crazy colors when y'all put it in the oil because those trichomes is actually red. I wish I had the microscope over here so you could see the difference between like the clear trichome and the red trichome. So after you get it in there for 2 hours in the crock pot, step 3 is basically is just straining it out, right? You want to I use a metal strainer first, take the big chunks down once, you feel me, D? Press it through, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
squeeze all of that shit out of there. And then I might go another one, like I might have cheesecloth or maybe the stockings to catch all of the rest of that fine pat. They say a nut or a milk bag. And a lot of times like when you buying these machines, they have those type of strainers with you. But like I'm telling you, in a pinch, it'll be my t-shirt. Like I said, we was on the battlefield some goddamn where and we was fucking trying to make us some hooch like this so we can stay high. Oh, take that t-shirt off, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like in a second and we'll be squeezing that shit out. Cause we gonna get that shit. And I mean that. And that's definitely it. Now after you strained it out, you're gonna use a string. You know, it's the same thing. Squeeze the shit out of that, and after you squeeze the shit out of that, you can use the leftover what's in that bag.
Right.
You can use it to make a chai, a tea. So if you like brewed it off like with cardamom, like look up the Indian way to make tea, and they see something called I don't know what that other shit is, but I look up. But then you just pour it in a jar, place it in the fridge to cool till it's cool. Keep it stored after it cool in the refrigerator. Here's a real important thing to make it last forever. Cool, dark place. And I mean the dark cabinet. From if you let
So
light,
you can't refrigerate it anymore, or you shouldn't refrigerate it.
I wouldn't, because once you start refrigerating, you got to keep refrigerating
Right.
it. D. You know what I'm saying? It's like once you open it up, you might as well leave olive oil, and you know what I'm saying? You don't keep your olive oil in the refrigerator. You keep it on
Right.
the shelf, right?
Right.
It's the same thing. And guess what? That's a good place to keep it because your spice cabinet, whether you know it or not, is usually dark. Am I right or wrong?
You're Absolutely right.
And that's so the light don't degrade the quality of your spices. It's not just weed. When we talking about cannabis, these are principles that we could use across the board for making all our medicine. Because once you learn how to do this method, and trust me, we're going to go through the ardent machine and show you how to do it the fancy smancy way, easy. But the way we just explained to you and what they're going to do is the grassroots, what we got in our kitchen, we going to use. As much as you want the soy lysine to get like 20 or 30% more, you don't need it today. All you need is your oil, your oven, and you pretty much there already. You see what I'm saying? Because we'll find a container to make that happen. Making a double boiler, sure you want a nice mason jar. If you got a peanut butter jar, is it gonna work? Absolutely fucking correct. You ain't got no mason jar, but you got 2 pots. What the fuck? We gonna get it done. You feel me? Like you gotta use what you got. Don't let that's like low agency people. I'm like on a little tangent right now, but look for the solution. Ask Google these days. You got an AI bot that could help you out of all of these things before you even call me and D and ask us for the answer. And please call me. I'm happy to answer. And don't get me wrong. It is information out there if you stuck, but guess what the best way to learn anything is? It's to having a coach. Ask daddy and son over here. Nothing like practical experience learning life. Nothing teach you better than a coach. If I can explain it to you and show you exactly for a lot of things in your life. So that's why we here for you, is just to show. Call us up and ask us. We probably gonna be, I know we're gonna be doing some work with a Monica over at the JK AKA building or 55th at Superior. We're going to be taking this part of the show and having an actual class coming up in about a week or two. And we're going to have all of these machines here. Bring in your material, and we'll make all of these things together. So already I can tell you, we're going to be in there for 3 hours. We're probably going to have a band, some music, and we'll have a few stations with us. We'll have some good bud tenders there so we can educate you on making some of your own medicine and being smart. Now, before I get off this podcast anytime, I'm going to be honest with you. What we talking about here is edibles, and you must go low and slow with edibles. And what do I mean by that? You got a bag over here for me, D. I'm going to show you about edibles right here. What I mean by low and slow, I mean low dosage and go slow. Edibles take 30 to 45 minutes to uptake. You understand? So when you eat one and 5 to 10 minutes later you don't feel nothing, don't eat another one. What I mean by low is milligrams. When you get a 200 milligram pack and each gummy is 25 milligrams, if you are a rookie to this, I wouldn't even eat the whole damn 25 milligrams. Take your fucking knife, cut that mug in half. If you really want to know where you at, cut it in a fourth. And then you will have a good estimation, like that's like 5 millimeter cubes, and eat 2 of those and see where you at. That's only 10. If you rookie, this your first movie ever, only eat 5 milligrams and then wait that. That means that's the low. Low dosage and go slow, especially when you do. You can't be like D and some other high eating, and it depends on your personality. I tell you, my boy Reg can eat too many. Some people like laugh at 100, and other people, you come messing around with me. Some people get them phony things to be 6 and 800. Tell them, D, they don't be 800.
No, definitely don't.
It'll be mislabeled. But guess what that means? That's when you can't guesstimate. That's why following these charts and using and getting some science by guesstimating how much you can eat. When you making these edibles, you don't want to eat. Trust me, 100 is severely recreational or time to go to bed for me. Like
yeah,
that's what it
100
is.
is a good space to be at.
That's for him.
Yeah,
And that's
is
for
good
him.
space.
He's a bigger man, and he likes that shit. That's his preference. He'll do them both. So that's some people. Everybody not like that. You know, me and Lil D might be like, nah, I'll smoke twice as many burners. Nah, see, it's different. I'm talking to the wrong dude down here because he don't fit into none of them categories because the dude will smoke just as many
No, I think the drink just kicked in. That's what I think is
See,
what's going on.
the blue hit.
It's either the combination.
Yeah, or the eddies we just hit.
How many eddies you hit?
Blue rags, drink, the edibles.
Yeah, and a couple
Joints.
things. Yeah, a couple joints. Second show, and we doing good too, man. I think that is gonna be a good ass show. But I did want to shout out. Can I get a little side ones over here? Now, the benefits of what we talking about and why you would do CBD. Some people cannot smoke this, and this is one of the best CBD in, and that's what's in that red weed over there, CBD in. This is made by farmers, good friends up in Michigan, all organic product, and it has no THC in it, and it will absolutely help you rest at night. But let me tell you what threw me off about that D&D. I look for THC. So when the THC don't hit and the rest of that hitting, it throw me off a little bit. Yeah, it's like I'm half cocked though.
Like you chasing it.
Well, I'm just so used to THC.
Right.
So I mean, but then I use the other one that's called Focus. It's like a sativa without with THC in it, and that's a great daytime weed. Sometime I like it in the summer because it brighten up the day. I like that to take a road trip on because I'm not high.
What's the point?
What's the point?
I don't understand it.
Oh, it make my mind alert. I will tell you that it is a lot. I will tell you to try it.
Like drinking that
I beg to differ. I would have said the same. It is a different thing. And then guess what you'll do? You'll start separating out the different things.
You're smoking the flower,
do them both.
THC.
I do.
Why would you
guilty
smoke for it without?
Easy. Because this is going to last for 6 hours, and I'm going to pump myself up, though. You already know.
You got to convince me on that one.
Oh, I'll give you I think I got an open one. You got to, not do nothing and then go to work on, this is go to bed at night one. I got to give you focus for the day. So this is bring your ass in the house, and this is what you, but see, at night, you going to eat a gummy, though. I know you. It ain't going to work for you at night. I don't know when you would be able to use restfulness because I don't want you to go work on it. Well, you probably can. I'm talking to the wrong dude. Let me see what the benefits of this one is. Fall asleep more quickly. Wake up refreshed. See, this ain't it. This is an indica. This CBD over on indica side. This going to lay you down. I got to bring you the focus in. But those my boys up there, made by farmers. They got a great, great product up there. I think that is
so
about,
what do you put the drops on? I mean,
on your tongue, straight to it.
No, I thought okay.
Oh, you can add it into your coffee or whatever.
No, I thought you was talking about something else. So,
No, that's just like a tincture drop.
I got you.
That's just a tincture drop. All right, a little recap. We went over some joint maintenance here. Y'all know what y'all doing with the joints. We went over like what you do and how you buy a little bit of a good weed pipe. We went over some isopropyl alcohol, why you should clean with that, and we followed up on some good tips. And we're gonna check back with the Roysters over here on the tincture extraction process, and it's gonna be real good. I'm telling you, that ain't good smoking weed. I'm gonna let y'all both know that shit right now. So I'll leave some weed for y'all to smoke, but the tincture that y'all can make off that is absolutely amazing. And we got more information coming for y'all. Please, and we're gonna have that class offered over at the space so we could go hands-on. I want all my people to come out, support Sohigho gas station, and we're going to have a nice event. We're going to have music. I'm sure we're going to have music, prizes, and edibles. But definitely the biggest thing is to have a workshop where we could come and we can explain in person. We'll go have a couple joint stations. So by then, D gonna be the world-class cone roller, and we might have a couple contests if y'all want to go over some blunt rolling tips and some things like that. But those are going to be like the format, because over here we get to be more hands-on with it. I love being at Recognized Studio. This just feels just like at home. So absolutely. Shout out to I think 216 record. If you look in the one with what's the one we in D? Johnny O's number 3 on 216 Legends.
I thought we was on the first one.
Well, being D
I'm
in
not
that.
sure.
Shout out to J. Cool. We in that joint, man. Before we get out, I want Lil D, you want to drop your hits on anybody, give anybody some shots out on that. Thanks to Lil D for sitting in for a second session.
Had to tap in one time, but shout out to Recognize. You feel me? Shout out to Tuck and Roll, man.
Yeah.
I'm lit.
Bye. Everything be working.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
We go in.
You
They
see me rolling these cones next time you see me, man.
they go in, man. My man Selector Tech Record. We set up for you too, Laylo. I don't even know. I lost my I can't even see my thing no more. Laylo, tap in.
I ain't
No.
even help.
We still clicking. Who you got for us, D?
I
You got
know-
any shout outs?
I know Tone P, my boy DJ I Got Racks, he coming to do we doing an interview with him, I think, right, Will, on Sunday?
Yeah. That's gonna be tap
Yeah, he
in
got
on
it.
Sunday.
Yeah, he got a session at 2, so right after that,
We're gonna do it before or after.
it's up to you.
That after session, y'all be wasted, man.
Okay.
Y'all be like
we can
toast.
catch it before, so at 2
Yeah.
o'clock we can.
We'll be like dead on while you get set up, man. That'd be cool. Shout out for all the people who tapped into us a little bit. Somebody was on there for a few minutes. I mean, we're gonna get it going.
Right.
This is our just so y'all
Everybody,
know.
You know.
Yeah, we getting there. This is our Thursday. It's gonna be every Thursday, and when we do 2, we gonna probably try to go Thursday and Saturday. I want to get it like right after we get out of work, so he can still keep some nighttime to himself. But Thursdays at 6 is when we planning on it. Give him a time to chill, but rec live from the rec room every week. I know we got Tone P. Who else you got? Shout out to who else you got?
Oh, Big Vegas.
Oh man,
Yeah, Big Vic.
Big Vic.
Doing his 1 too.
Oh my God, man! What up with Big Vic in that mug, man?
Oh, he about to drop a new project.
All the time.
Definitely.
Who else you got working over here in the studio?
My man Zoo,
Okay.
a.k.a. Drew.
Oh,
the
man.
Drew Wildlife Sound. you
No
know.
doubt. Big Troop.
Yeah.
Still at the Crowbar.
No, he ain't there no more.
No?
He ain't there no more.
No shit.
No, he ain't at the Crowbar no more.
That's wild. That's so crazy. Yeah, all right, man. Well, shout out to
But it's everybody who mess with Rec Room Studios.
yeah. Oh, shout out to the Mason brothers too. I know we
Yeah.
about 1 week off. If y'all ain't got nothing to do, go to Virginia. It's my man Abdul Salam, Valiant Mason, and the
Right.
Mason brothers. It's gonna be boxing in Virginia, I believe on June 7th. I know it's gonna be a few people driving over that way. I hope to be making that ride and going to see Abdullah Mason. I think it's going to be a 10-round fight. Shout out to them. It is a lot going on this weekend. I know Reggae Fest is downtown on Voinovich Park. $45 to get in, but it's going to definitely be a cannabis-friendly thing. I think I might, if I'm around, I'm going to vlog on that. To be honest with
And
you,
both days is banging.
Both days
I
is
seen
banging.
the lineup.
Oh, yeah.
And both of them.
yeah.
I might go the first day.
Yeah, Reggae Fest this weekend. I'm going on the hottest days. That's all I'm knowing. I'm in between here and the D and Detroit. I'm planning on going up to Michigan because it's Electronic Music Festival in Detroit. So I know it's tough traveling out there. Everybody be safe. If y'all looking for something to do also, it used to be called Detroit Electronic Music Festival, but I think it's called Motivation now. But it's going to be a lot of electronic music. So if techno your thing, EDM music, And Detroit been legal with the cannabis for a while. I would take that up to Michigan. It's only 2.5 hours or so, so that's something to do. Memorial Day weekend, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, be safe. Distracted driving, don't be out there on those edibles. These two guys will tell you right now, man.
Yeah.
Stay at home, bro. Get home and eat
You
that.
at the house, do what you do, but driving, you
Nah,
gotta be
man.
focused.
You gotta be focused, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. We was wild, dumb, and reckless, but that don't mean you should be stupid like we was.
Right.
Don't do it, man. I mean, for real. You don't want to. The worst thing you want to do is be in an altered state and hurt somebody. I don't think I could make that. So be very careful. Remember, if you under 18, under 21, the law here says 21, but I feel like if you could go fight for the country. So if you sign up in the military, it's up. You can do anything. You can get cocaine hookers and whatever the fuck else you want. In my estimation, that's my morality. That's not the law. The law here in Ohio say you must be 21 and over. And as a mature person, you should be older before you start. You should grow and let your emotions and things settle in before you make mood-altering changes. That's alcohol, weed, cigarettes, really sugar and salt if you want me to keep it a buck with you. But definitely be careful out there. Be careful this weekend. Man, I can't tell you, thank y'all so much for tapping in. I appreciate all the 6, 7 likes and shares. And I hope this one is all the way up so we can get it up on Recognize Studio so we can start getting us up. So it's going to be shared on the partnership. This is a shared platform. So just as much as this on Sohigho.com, this is a Recognize Studio podcast also. Thank you very much to my man D. Go low and slow. Y'all be safe this weekend. I don't know what else I got for y'all. Thanks, my man D. Shout out to everybody. I got so many shout outs to everybody, man. Shout out to Ramon Rivas and shout out to Mixed Rose, Substance, Ken Cody, 4030 Studios, Red Lion, Days One, Sano, Thieveland. I mean, I could keep going on. Oh, I really got it. I'll be over here remiss. This is the last thing, for real. Prayers and good thoughts and a speedy recovery for my man DJ Baby Paul and my sister Winifred Michelle. They both had some serious health issues, hospital style. One's out, one's not. So all good wishes and all good things. If you smoking one, smoke one for them for peace. Blow that in and exhale out some good thoughts and good wishes for them. It's much appreciated. And not just for them. Everybody that's in trouble around the world, man. It's like trauma all the way. If you could help somebody, be that help to somebody. Because people, you never know what somebody going through. Just because they look good on the outside don't mean their inside ain't fucked up. I don't want to be preachy, but thank y'all so much. And you know what I'm saying. One reason why we smoke weed, like my band EP always say, smoke weed so you don't punch nobody in their face, man. Be easy out there. We're going to check y'all next time. If we forgot about y'all, just add it to us. Please start giving us feedback. If you are friends and you love us, like and subscribe. Please, you know you need to do that for us every week. Leave me a thing. We got to play this algorithm out. Definitely, if you on Sohigho Station and you haven't recognized, how I'm saying, Rec Room Studios with a S on YouTube, get over there. We need to get them up to 100 and we got to get 150 subscribers so we can start going live on both platforms. So thank y'all again. We're going to catch up with y'all. Where my music at, D?
Here we go.
Oh, shit. I say Killer Mics and play that shit through the background then, bro. Yeah. Thank y'all, man.
To let you bud hound hoes know. Ready up.
Who ain't got none? But wherever the you talking about,
Ready up.
just to let you house.
Ready up.
Who ain't talking about. Really though, I got invited to this cookout. One of my dogs is going that way, and he gon' look out. This song, niggas showed up. Got my pearl on up the wizard to pick this hoe up. I hope it don't be scandalous. The last that I remember, niggas was coming empty-handed. Pull up to that broad house. My dude walked in cool, but was laughing when he came out. What they doing, player? His eyes got big and said, nigga, there's some kids up in there, nappy head and dirty, but this ain't half of them. When you see them, try not to trip and laugh on them. It seemed kinda friendly, till I noticed the ring on their gear was kinda dingy, and Skin B looking crazy. When she said to me, can I smoke with you, big baby? Just to let you house. Who ain't? Oh, you talking about? Oh, snap. Who is that? Trying to high cap like they all at. I'll pause that. Anyway, if it's on or not, gonna determine how long I might stay. So hey, my dude, where them brews at? But people in the scene, they can tell it ain't no food, Jack. You got to know what I mean. Nigga, what's up, y'all? Who got what on what, y'all? Alright, my dog look. We need cheese for groceries to bring back and then cook it. Meantime, gon' need brew, some pearl too, a drive through. Gon' need more funk to blaze too on the way. Getting my kick it on tight today. No hesitation, don't need no bloodhound hating situation. Them now put now but one toe. Flicking the roach when me exhaling that sweet smoke. Just to let you house. Who ain't? Oh well, you talking about? I'm lounging on the couch. I seen it before, so I know what they talking about. Who got that funk? Which one of these niggas can roll a blunt? Hounds on the hunt. Didn't really wanna be bothered with hood mice, but I'ma try to be nice. See what it really look like. Thus far, Jake be what their game is. In fact, no holler back when me ask what your name is. I don't know. It don't matter. I'm only trying to smoke. Fuck in my pocket from the blaze till I thought, shit, better things I must see too. I holler fool from the pearl. It was nice meeting you. Just to let you